This is Paul Catalina's Top 5 at 5:55.
Brought to you by Champion Salon and Barber. 2 locations here in Waco, 1 in Woodway, 1 downtown to Stone's Throw. From where we are right now, go to Champion Salon and Barber. Just look them up, book your appointment now. They do great stuff with beards, I'm telling you right now. Whether it's take your beard completely off or shape it and make it beautiful, they do that all the time at Champion Salon and Barber. Top 5 things college football fans need to stop doing. And you guys will hear something I talked about in the press box the other day. This is on there. I mentioned on the post-game show. It is now my number 1 pet peeve of college football fans. But we'll start number 5, jumping into recruiting. Don't get in a guy's DMs. Don't get in his tweets. And I'll tell you this. You should not harass a kid if he doesn't come to your school, nor should you cheer him on, try to convince him to come to your school. Because if a kid comes to a school because of how you treated him on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, you don't really want him anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely guys who have chosen schools because of social media, which is pretty sad, but I'm sure there have been, because it's definitely noticeable that certain fan bases have more followers and more interactions, and I've jumped way out of recruiting in terms of watching it on a daily basis and keeping it up with it as much as I used to. I follow Baylor and I follow some of the Big 12 storylines, but I don't keep up with it nearly as much. With the transfer portal, there's almost no reason to, as much anymore, because it's like half the guys aren't even going to be on the team in 2 years anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the rosters are so ever-changing that recruiting is still highly, highly important, obviously, but it's not the end-all, be-all that it was made out to be maybe even just a couple of years ago, because you can miss on a guy now and go and make up for it and replace that guy. But it's it's still the lifeblood. But, yeah, I'm all about fans just you can congratulate guys and whatnot, but I don't think you're going to convince them to make the choice that you want them to make.
No. Number 4, bragging about the past. Here's the thing. It's only about the now. It only should be about the now. This season is the only thing that matters.
So
and take it from me and take it from this guy to my right here. Don't brag about the past. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't. It's about the now, and bragging about the past is what led to this ridiculous college football elitism that we see.
No, I agree.
And it needs to stop. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's be proud of what your school did, absolutely. But bragging about what happened in 1996 doesn't really matter anymore.
What?
Yeah, but without
I should have picked a different year, but yeah.
Without the past, how would a lot of programs prop themselves up over and look down on everybody else, because they had those 4 national titles back in the 70s or whatever, and
All right, who's the king of this list? Nebraska's got to be one.
But do they really brag about it, though?
No, they want to quit. They want to, after this game with Michigan State, they just stop the program.
I mean, Notre Dame, to an extent.
But they've been in the playoff 2 of the last 3 years.
No, I'm saying that's to an extent.
Okay.
But they've definitely fallen back on their past more often. And the whole reason they're still Notre Dame is not because of what they've done lately. It's because of their past. I mean, that's why they're Notre Dame. So there's, I don't know, outside of that.
USC.
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
Texas for sure. Yeah. I mean.
Tennessee.
I think anybody who's in a conversation about the current football product, which may not include Texas right now because their product is pretty good, but in years past, whether it be them or some other schools, that their reaction to your team being 5-0 and having beaten you is, you'll never be on our level because we've got 2 Heisman and 5 national titles, and it's like. Yeah, but we just beat your ass on Saturday. That's what really matters.
Or have won 5 of the last 6.
Exactly, yeah. So, Texas has way more tradition than TCU, but who would you rather be right now in terms of the on-the-field products that we've seen most recently? Maybe not this year, but, TCU has owned them for the last 10 years or whatever.
Right. For these next 3, we're going to go inside the stadium. We're taking you inside the stadium. This is game day fan behavior.
Here's from reactions from fans, by the way. Miami, Georgia, and Texas.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Number 3. Yelling at the coaches from row 99. They can't hear you, man.
What about from 80 to 89?
That's my point. Whatever, they've got a headset on, man. Maybe if you're in the second row, they could hear you say run the ball or, throw the ball down the field. Maybe if they took their headset off and went, that's a good idea. Again, don't do it.
Yeah, I've got way more complaints. I mean, to each their own. I think that's just passion and people, wanting to play armchair quarterback or just let their emotions flow, and I'm okay with this one.
No. It drives me nuts when I'm at a game and the guys. I'm
You see
talking about
that more
yelling
at the Lady Bears games.
Yeah. Number 2, the wave. The wave is the stupidest thing that has ever happened in sports. It is the stupidest thing you can do. If you get up and stand and do the wave, I honestly hope that you get a bunion in your foot. I've never done the wave. I've never done the wave.
I did it at a Rangers game one time.
I hate the wave. It distracts from the game. It's rude to the people around you who don't care about your stupid wave.
No,
you should be watching the game.
It's part of what Craig just said. It's fan passion.
No, it's not. You're not watching the game. You're trying to get a wave going.
You can do the wave and watch the game if you're like right behind home plate or you're in center field.
I mean, I think there's
I'm not
times,
a big fan of it anymore because it's almost like dumping Gatorade on a coach after they win a game.
I mean, I could honestly not care less one way or the other on this, but, I've had fun doing it at an opportune time. I've also seen it be really dumb in, like, the middle of a close game. Somebody's trying to get it going, but, yeah, I couldn't care less about
Or when there's only 8,000 people in a baseball stadium and you can't do it because you just get disconnected
like Rangers
by
games recently.
miles of empty seats. Okay.
And number 1.
Hold on. From Lembino, you must be the life of the party.
I am. You know why I am? Because I don't allow stupid crap to happen.
All right. Number
like
one.
the wave.
I know what number 1 is.
You're so passionate about the
invented
wave.
the wave, honestly.
Halloween or the wave?
Halloween. Halloween.
Tim Tebow or the wave?
The wave. Okay. No, yeah, I don't know. 10 people. I don't know. They're both.
Urban Meyer or the wave?
Paul doesn't like parades, Halloween, the wave.
Yeah,
Children, Santa Claus.
Well, I'm fine with Santa Claus.
No, you told me once there wasn't one.
As long as children, you said that. I'm not. You take the thing. But children, I'm fine with as long as I know them. But
You hate Santa Claus because you were one once.
No, yeah, okay. Yeah, have kids urinate on you for 3 hours and tell me if you like Santa Claus anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Number 1, the overrated cheer.
Oh, my God. I got on the fan base for this one on Saturday.
Okay. Overrated. When you tell the team you're playing that you're overrated, you're actually saying you're not as good as what you just did. You should not be chanting
You're downgrading what you're doing. Your favorite team, you're downgrading who they're beating.
Yeah.
That happened like in the third quarter in a game Baylor almost lost.
It happened earlier than that.
Did it really?
Yeah.
In the first quarter, they were chanting overrated.
Yeah, it happened in the first quarter. There were some people underneath me, and I definitely heard it. And I'm glad that I figured you were going to probably have this at number 1, but I had a lot of people on Twitter hit me up that were complaining about this. Yeah, I heard a guy chanting overrated when it was like a 2-score game in the first quarter, and I was just like, "What are you doing?" And then heard it throughout periodically after like another Baylor score. Mind you, it was still a 1-2 score game at that point. So I don't know what that person was looking to accomplish. I doubt any Iowa State fans even heard it, but I heard it, and it was just dumb timing.
There were a lot of them at one point. Yeah.
Start chanting underrated. That way it makes you look better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Start chanting properly rated.
Yeah.
The experts assess
Bob
your
Williams.
ability the correct way.
Does
I don't
the
know.
overrated thingy go for coaches too? From Lembino, the overrated cheer is cool as long as you're the underdog. Yeah,
No,
but
it's not.
No,
it's
it's not.
absolutely not.
Lembino, no, because what you're saying is who you're beating is overrated, so it's downgrading what you're doing at the time, which is beating a team that's ranked.
Man, I don't know though. Like if you're Kansas and Texas rolled in a few years ago, are you gonna scream overrated at them? Like
No.
I mean, no. Well, yeah, because I mean, they were like you got to have like some fan bases. Okay, Baylor against Iowa State on Saturday. They don't need to be chanting overrated because obviously Iowa State was not overrated, and they damn near beat you and made you look really stupid. Especially doing it in the first quarter of a game that was nowhere near over. But if you're like a KU fan and anybody's rolled in there with a top 25 ranking, you're happy to get a win. I could see, chanting overrated just to have a little bit of fun, but the Baylor example was a terrible example.
You see that more in basketball, I think, than you do in football. But I heard that pop up pretty quickly.
And I didn't add. I almost added storming the field when you have a storied history, but I'm never gonna. There's too many what ifs on that one.
Okay,
so.
if Florida State wins a big game at home and they storm the field, would you be pissed?
They'd never have.
I know, but if they did.
I probably would because they never
where
have.
they are now, if they were to beat Alabama and Tallahassee,
you know what I'll tell you,
better storm the field.
Security is great at Florida State.
Yeah.
The last time they stormed the field was the choke at the Doak, and they took the goalpost down. That was the last time.
Okay.
So,
all right, good stuff, Paul. Thank you. Get off my lawn segment to close out the show.
I don't think Florida State's gonna have to worry about that opportunity.
no,
anytime
I mean,
soon, so.
what's gonna happen?
Neil McCready
There's not
covers
enough